Hey guys, hope you all are well. You are learning Python and want to create a mini project on same. So this video is for you. Here in this video, we are going to scrape data from Wikipedia and then we will convert that data to data frame and also save the same information in Excel sheet. So for scraping data, we are going to use this language of India where we have multiple languages and we have data of each languages and what are people's priority, which language is being used by most number of peoples, right? So if we go down and here we can see that there is a table. So here we have all the languages along with their speakers. So the first column tells about the languages, and after that we have first language, second language and third languages. So in all these columns tells about how many people speak that particular language as their first, second or third language. So let's get started with this. So for that we are going to use Google Colab. So let's quickly log into it. Now let's quickly import all the dependencies. So first we are going to use the request using which we'll fetch all the information, and further we are going to use Beautifulsoup to parse whole request response, right? So yeah, let's import request. Now let's import Beautifulsoup. So from BS4 import Beautifulsoup. Yeah, so let's run it. Now let's fetch all the data from website, and for that let's go back to Wikipedia and copy the URL. So we'll copy this and here we can write response equals requests dot get and then pass in the URL here, right? Now let's verify if we have fetched all the information correctly or not. So run this shell. Yeah, we are getting response as 200, so it's a success here. And let's verify the text as well. So here we can see it's a doc type HTML and we have successfully fetched all the information from it. Now let's pass all this information to Beautifulsoup to iterate each and every element and fetch all the information from the table. So for that, soup equals Beautifulsoup. So now let's pass in the response.text here. So resp.text, and we want to parse it to HTML. Now let's see what is inside the soup. Perfect. So here we can see we have multiple divs, footers and list objects. So let's scroll it to the top, and now it's the starting of the web page. Now we have to fetch all the information from the table. Now let's go back to the web page and see what is the class of that particular table. So let's go to the web page. Let's open the dev tool. Now let's open this element, and if we click on this, and so here if we see we have this table, right? So on hovering on this, we can see this table is selected. Okay, so if we see its class, it's Wikitable and sortable jQuery. Okay, so now let's go back to our code and try to fetch all the tables with this particular class. Okay, so here we are. Now we want table list equals soup dot find all. Now for first, let's fetch all the tables inside this web page. So we'll simply pass here table, and now let's run this, and in the next cell now let's print this table list. Yeah, so here as we can see as an output we are getting multiple tables here. Okay, so now let's see how many table lists are there in it. So let's simply print length of this. Okay, so here are some 37 tables, right? But we don't have to check all these 37 tables. Let's iterate this list, and then we can print the text inside all these tables. So for that, let's iterate this table list. So for table underscore name and table list, print table name.text. .text. Okay, so let's run this now and verify it. Okay, so now if we see this output here, we have language of India, language families of Indian subcontinent, let's go back to the web page and verify the same. So on the web page, we can see we have language of India here in this particular table, and then language families of the Indian subcontinent is here, and so on, right? So but we want to fetch data from this particular table here, right? So we check this. Here we have first, second, and third. So now let's iterate that loop and search for an element which have first in it. Okay, so yeah, let's go back to the collab. Now let's enumerate this. So we'll enumerate. Okay, and here along with table name we'll also get the indexes. Okay, right, now we want to print only those table names which have first in it. So if we check our web page, here we can see there is a first here, right? So now let's write the same in the code as well. So we'll just copy this, and here we'll write a condition if first in this table name. Okay, now if condition is satisfied, then we are going to print the table name along with the index here, right? Now let's run this. So here it has to be table name.text. Okay, and then let's verify it. So here we can see we have first, second, and third languages by number of speaker in India. So this is one, and yeah, we have multiple options here as well, but we just need this particular section, I guess, right? Let's verify the full name in the web page itself. So in the web page also we can see first, second, third language by number of speakers in India and 2011 census, right? So I think we are at the right page here, and let's iterate this table and fetch all these columns name here. Okay, so for that, now if we verify this table headers, so let's inspect this as well. So on hovering on this, we see all these headers are inside th. Now further, if we check about the rows, so all this data is inside td element, right? That's pretty much clear that headers are inside th and data is inside this td element. Okay, so let's go back to the collab page and process it. So on the collab page, we can see that this has index of 2. This is one way to find the table name itself. Now there is also one way that we can pass in the class name as well along with this table here. So now let's verify the class that this particular element is having. So for that, let's not print the text inside it and instead print everything inside this. Okay, so let's run and verify. So here, as we can see, this table has a class name WikiTable and sortable. So let's simply copy this and paste it in the next shell. Okay, so let's keep it as class name WikiTable. Okay, now further we can write here table underscore list equals soup find table, and then we can pass in the class name here. Class equals class name. Okay, and now after this, let's print length of this table list, and also let's print the table list as well. And now let's run it. Okay, so we have passed table list inside this length, so let's remove it. Okay, and paste this here. So now we can see there are multiple elements here. So let's do one thing. Let's only print the text inside this. Now for that, let's do list comprehension and print here. So I.text for I in table list. Okay, and we can pass star here. Now let's see the output of this. Now here in this, we can see there are 7 such elements with this particular class, but we need just this one. So no need to do anything. We can simply just comment this line here, and we can just print the first element of this table list, and we just want the 0th element of this. So now let's run it again and see. So here we can see that we are getting this table that we needed. Now on inspecting, we found that this th were the headers and td had all the data in it, right? So here we can see we have td here and th here. So now let's write a code which will fetch all the headers from this table. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. So we'll close it, and here we can write table header equals, so the header element is going to be inside this table list 0th element. So let's assign this as table data. Table data equals table list, and run this shell. And after that, we can write here table data dot find all, and we need the th inside this. Okay, so let's pass the element th here. Now let's print all these headers. For that, we can iterate it. So for header in table headers, print header.text. Okay, so let's see. Perfect. So here we can see language, first language speaker as percentage of total population. And coming back to the web page, we can see we have this language, first language speaker as percentage of total. So we have all this information right present here. Okay, so all these headers are here. Now for the data inside this, what we can do, if we check here, so we have this tr element here, and inside this tr we have all these information stored for this particular row. So let's just verify that. So this Hindi is here, and then we have this value, and then we have this 43.63, then 139 and all. So all this is inside this tr element, correct? So yeah, let's move on and write code to get all this information there. Okay, so now let's iterate all the table rows inside the table data. Let's assign table row here, or let's say it as table row data, assign it as a blank list, and then let's iterate our table data. So for row in table data, and we want to append this row to the table row data. Okay, so table dot append, and here we have to pass in the row. So this will store all the rows one after other, correct? Okay, I made a mistake here. So we have to iterate the tr elements, correct? So dot find all, and here we can pass in tr element. Okay, so what this will do, this will go inside this table data, which is this particular table. Okay, so we have assigned it to table list, and inside table data we have the 0th element of it. Okay, now further what we have to do, we have to store all this row information to this row data, correct? Now let's run this and print this row data. Yeah, so we can see that in this tr we have this language, first language. So these are all the headers that we had already. So now we have to iterate it after this, right? So after this we have all these td elements here. And further checking this, we can see that our data is inside td element, correct, as said. So here for first one is the language, and after that we have all the number of people who speak this language, and here are the percentages for same, correct? So now let's append all this information to this table row data. Okay, also we have seen here that the first tr contains all the headers itself. So but we have already extracted it, so we can skip this. So yeah, that's pretty much clear again. Now here we have to iterate all these td elements. So for that, let's assign here individual data, or individual data equals, and this will be i.text for I in row dot find all, and here we can pass in the td because we want data from it. Okay, so yeah, I think this should do the work, and we have to append it inside this row. Okay, and let's rerun this shell. Perfect. So here we can see we have this language and all the data assigned to it. So let's verify it with the web page itself. Okay, so we have here 528, then 43, 139. So here also we can see 528, 43 and 139, right? So we can see this all is correct. And after Hindi we have Bengali, Marathi and Telugu. So let's re-verify it again. Okay, so here are also Hindi, Bengali, Marathi and Telugu. We can see that here is an extra /n. So this is for the new line. Okay, we can strip this. Okay, so for that i.text.strip. So yeah, here as you can see that /n part is removed from all these values, right? So now let's move on and create a data frame of this particular data that we have here. So for that we have to first import pandas. So import pandas as pd. Now here we can write data frame equals pd.dataframe, and we can pass this value here. So we can copy this table row data and pass it here. Now let's print it as well. Perfect. So here we can clearly see that we have this indexing done here, and with this languages and all its values, correct? Now we can clearly see that all our data is represented here in this particular data frame, but here we can see that our headers are not assigned, right? So we have extracted that header above. So here are the headers, but we have just simply printed it. Okay, so let's put it inside a list object. So we can create headers here, and then we can headers.append, and we can append this. Now along with this, let's print the headers here itself. Okay, so here also we can see we have this slash and appended, so we can remove it with dot strip. Perfect. Now we have got this data as expected. Now we can use this header inside this data frame. Okay, so for that we have to pass another argument, that is column. So columns equal headers. Perfect. And let's run, and this also. So now as we can see here, we have all the headers assigned, and we have the data as well present in all these rows. Perfect, right? So now our next task is to create an Excel sheet of this particular data and save it. Okay, so for that we are going to use Pandas simple function to convert this data frame to Excel sheet itself. So yeah, we can do it easily, quite easily. So for converting it to Excel sheet, we can yeah. Now let's convert this to Excel sheet. So simply what we can do, we can write here df dot to Excel. Inside this we can pass in the file name with which we want to create the Excel sheet. So let's write Indian language. Right. Now along with this we also have to pass in the extension for this. So we can write here dot Excel sx, right? And let's run it. Perfect. So it has got executed successfully. Now let's go to this folder icon and open our Excel generated. So it's downloaded here. Let's open it. So yeah, here as we can see, all our data is present with all the languages and everything as expected. Everything in this data is correct except for this indexing done. Let's go to the collab page again and remove this indexing. Now in order to remove those indexes, we have to pass here another argument, that is index equal false. Now let's run this and let's go back to this and download the file. Here we have it. Perfect. So here now we can see that extra column with 0, 1, 2, 3 is removed. Now we have all the data that was needed to us. So yeah, this was pretty much. So if you go back to collab page and if you see what we have done in this whole chapter, so let's go to the top of this. So here we have simply imported the request in Beautifulsoup. Then after we have fetched the data from this website, so we have pasted the URL and then we fetched all the data and we got all the information in this response.txt, and further we have parsed this response.txt to HTML, and then as we needed the table information, so we have fetched all the tables from this particular data. So yeah, that was, and then we iterated it one by one to verify which particular table we want. So we played with all the names and indexes. So yeah, that's pretty much in this part. And if we move down, and here we can see that how we have extracted the data from those tables. First for that we iterated the tr element, and inside tr all our data was inside the td element, right? So yeah, this is how it all worked. And at the end of this, we simply converted all this information to Pandas data frame, and further we created an Excel sheet out of it. I hope you have learned something new today, and for more mini projects like this, do like, share and subscribe. Also, if you want me to further create videos like this, some tutorials on mini projects, you can simply drop comment in the comment section and tell me about those projects, and I'll surely make videos on them. Till then, happy coding and thanks for watching.